everyone, it's me, Sky. Be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates on Seanstermations MIRAI. I can't wait! Anyway, till next time, have fun!
Hello everybody, my name is Seanstermations and welcome back to everybody to another part of the Looking Back series for the Seanstermations MIRAI updates. And today is the fourth and final part of the Looking Back series, and we've come a long way from the very first part where we talked about the basic background of Seanstermations and then continued on with the original Seanstermations in part 2, Seanstermations NEXT in part 3. And now here we are in the fourth part where we'll be talking about the movies and having a big reflection by the end of it, of course, once all of it is done. But don't worry, there's only 3 main movies of which to talk about. The OVAs, while short, do count as actual episodes, but sorry, I just didn't think that this day would ever come. It only feels like yesterday when I started the series, and now here we are, the final part of such a series that has brought many feels very versatily. And for those Seanstermations fans out there, I really hope that you've enjoyed this little series for as long as it did. But before proceeding onward with the fourth and final part, sorry, I just had a little bit of an omelette today, to be fair. It just keeps coming out. Oh boy. But just want to let you know, in October there's not going to be any Seanstermations MIRAI updates due to the events that is going to be planned, especially with a couple new animations and the Genshin 2nd anniversary video, which is coming later this month, preferably on the 28th of September, which of course that's when the 2nd anniversary begins. And you can expect at least one more Seanstermations MIRAI update in November, and then there's an end of the year update in December, so at least there will be that. But despite it being a very extensive series, and although people really want to see something new or want to hear about what's going to be happening for the brand new series coming out, a part of that will be revealed in November. But all the same, I really hope that you enjoyed this fourth and final part of such a heartfelt series, and I cannot wait to break down every single one of these movies that came from the Seanstermations timeline that we had, as well as the Xeno Sean files, which I will definitely add the movie from it, being the Legendary Warrior Awakens, into the little lineup as well. But of course, if you enjoyed this video and the updates that are to come after this 4-part series, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. And for everyone here at Seanstermations, as well as everyone from the Mass Legion and everyone in the Seanster Patrol, Magpie Family, and Manny Posse, I hope that you all enjoyed today's video. And now let us get right in as we look back on Seanstermations one last time. With the topic of this part being revolving around the movies, of course I have to start off with the one Seanstermations movie that started it all, and that is, of course, Seanstermations the movie. Now, what can I say about Seanstermations the movie? It was a little test into the world of Seanstermations and what it would be like if it went into movie form. That one, Elliot made a I Don't Even Know episode about it. Loads of people commented about it for, yeah, well, some were definitely very positive comments back there, to be fair. But despite the positives of that, I was struggling also to balance it out between the two, because Seanstermations, it's an action anime, mostly action, bit of slice of life here and there. But I thought to myself, what if there was like a more slice of life movie, and more slice of life and less action? So when I did Seanstermations the movie, I went back and, again, this was when I was doing season 3, maybe in between while I was doing season 4. But the concept for the Seanstermations MIRAI movie was all taking place about an eternal princess that has a mystical amulet that someone really wants and has been after it for millennia. And of course, all while Sean and his friends decide to make a deal not to use their powers at all until the vacation is over. It was good, to be fair, yeah. And although Seanstermations was really an action anime in general, although it did feel kind of off, to be fair, and that was back in the day when I was experimenting with all kinds of things for the movie, and I thought that a slice of life movie would be a great way to like ease from the drama that was in Short Summation season 3 with the Zen arc. Um, while it wasn't the best storytelling, and of course there were a few things that need to be retconned, like female Sean, which of course I did get inspiration from Ranma One Half, but again that will be retconned. I mean, it was fun for the time being. Back in the day, I did think it was fun, but that is hopefully going to be retconned. But the thing about Short Summations, the movie, is that after that, when I went on into Short Summations Next, I did reference it a few things, and Max, the main villain of the movie, even went on to do in Short Summations MIRAI, simply because, well, it was going to be the final season of Short Summations Next. I just thought might as well put him in there, but while he's not as strong as villains like Zen, Ozuma, or even Atrocin, Max definitely was a lot more of a sinister villain, and that really tapped into the mortal villainy, aside from the occasional gods and demons that our heroes would normally face. To tap into human evil in an anime, it was a little bit of a tight experiment, because you wouldn't want to like put too much emphasis on the evil of mortals or the evil of gods, and trying to put a quick balance between the two. But yeah, Max was definitely a threatening villain, not the best villain, but definitely a great villain. And while the Short Summations movie wasn't necessarily a good movie, it definitely was going to be a founder of what the Short Summations movies were going to be next. Speaking of next, when the next, and that's the title, the next Short Summations the movie, literally titled the next Short Summations the movie, came around. After season 1 of Seanstermations Next, I went back into the action concept with a new character. Again, this will all be retcon, with the villain being a Saiyan called Aspara. Now, Aspara didn't well, I mean, didn't really quite figure out what to do with him at the time. But then, as I went along with the movie, I finally gave him a little bit of a purpose, that he was a Saiyan that was put into cryosleep due to his disobedience from of course, King Vegeta. And of course, he was cryo-frozen. And then when Frieza blew up the planet, he somehow survived. And then he was retrieved, managed to gather an army of his own, went down to Earth to find any Saiyans. Again, this will all be retconned, and I doubt that Aspara will be mentioned in any other content other than Horror of the Stars, which of course I did bring Aspara back for that. But I won't deny when I said that the inspiration I got for the Short Summations Next, the movie, was definitely Resurrection F, and Resurrection F played a great inspirational part for the production of this movie. And while again, Short Summations is mainly an action anime, I thought I'd bring that together. But looking back on the next Short Summations the movie, I felt like it was a little bit too much action, one might say. I mean, again, things like anime, like Dragon Ball, JoJo, they're all about action. JoJo mostly about the story, to be fair, but Dragon Ball mainly focuses on the action. I was kind of struggling between the two, because there's, again, the early stages, and I was doing Short Summations Next season 1 around about the same time I did Short Summations season 3, so it was still early days. But compared to the first movie, I can definitely see that there was a lot of improvements, especially since we moved on to season 3 at the time, where the story of Short Summations and the character development overall really blossomed. It definitely does gain a silver medal in regards, but hopefully, with the inspiration of the first 2 main timeline Short Summations movies, this will hopefully lead into a somewhat better Short Summations MIRAI movie. Ooh. Best leave that in the secrets drawer for now. Spoilers. But if Short Summations MIRAI does have a movie, then I'm sure that it will definitely blow people away, to be fair, with a good combination of action, storytelling, and a lot of romance drama. Only one way to find out. But now that we're done with the first 2 Short Summations MIRAI, the Short Summations movies, I feel like it's only right if we talked about the movie that I really developed on the most, and one that has pretty much surpassed the first two movies before it, and that movie is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, The Xeno Shawn Files, The Legendary Warrior Awakens. Now, although this isn't a Seanstermations movie, this was more rather the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 or a Xeno Shawn Files film. The story that was presented in the film was a cross between the two, if that makes sense. Because the beginning, or should I say the prologue of the film, has Seanstermations' story, which of course revolves around the past of how Sean was born and the tale of his father Sabi, along with a new character developed into the story, which I'll get into in a moment. But then after that was over, of course, after that, from what we saw in the movie at the very first half of it, or third, one might say, Act 1, maybe the prologue, whichever you like to refer it to, that would eventually lead to the reunion of Sean and Sabi in the finale of Seanstermations Extra. So you could say that the ending of Act 1, or the prologue, takes place roughly after the events of the finale. Not the time skip where all the characters are standing before the shrine. No. It's definitely before that. It's before the time skip. But back to the film. So the reason why the Legendary Warrior Awakens was created was mainly due to one event back in 2019, and that was the Broly season. And to celebrate the Broly season, we had a little executive decision what was going to do, because Horror of the Stars was doing good at the time, and we also had some gameplay of the DLC for Dragon Ball Super Broly at the time. So to even it out, and because Seanstermations, or rather the Xeno Shawn Files was left on a cliffhanger, I thought to myself, what could I do to fill in that cliffhanger? And that was to make a film that would potentially close off the Xeno Shawn Files, and it would, of course, give me a lot of time to empathize more on the Seanstermations story going into either the Xenoverse 3 storyline, if it ever comes out, of course, but more to the point, the Seanstermations MIRAI story, which, of course, it's developing quite nicely. I think we're on the last... I think I'm right now on the third to last arc of Seanstermations MIRAI. Not sure if I'll do anything after Mirai, but I will keep you posted if anything does change. But if people do want to see a continuation of Mirai, then I'm definitely passing the rights to someone else, someone that I trust with all my heart, and I know that they'll continue from Seanstermations MIRAI well. But until that time comes, Seanstermations MIRAI is doing well. Anyway, so being the Broly season, what kind of villain could I put in the Xeno Shawn film that would likely be a potential grand threat for Xeno Shawn and the new character Manny, which of course is now canon in the Seanstermations MIRAI timeline, as well as out here. Although, I just want to clarify, the Manny that you see playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the non-canon Manny, but the one you see in Seanstermations MIRAI and... Oh, did I say MIRAI? I said Mirai. Oops, spoilers. The one you see in the Xeno Shawn Files is the canon Manny. The canon Manny to the Seanstermations timeline. So, the villain of the film is another Bio Broly. Now, I know, Bio Broly is not a favourite villain in all of Dragon Ball, to be fair, but... Now, neither was the film. The film had mixed reviews. A lot of people talked about it, how it was very low on the list. But if perfected correctly, then Bio Broly could potentially be a dangerous threat. You just never know. But yet again, it would be a Broly third coming. So, how could I do that? And how can I make Bio Broly a greater concept than it already is? By fusing him with the blood of Sabi and the blood of Ozuma, fuse it together, creating a powerful Broly with the body structure of Super's Broly and the power of Super's Broly, combined with Z's Broly. Again, it's maybe a fusion of the two, and while some elements of it may seem like paste overs, and it may seem like Broly's third coming, but the cream of the crop with that film was definitely the character arcs from ending the Xeno Shawn timeline at a perfectly good stop, as well as give Manny a bit of character development where he is going through the process of mourning because he failed to save Sabi back in White Star Village when he was facing against Ozuma, which was all displayed in the prologue. But thanks to a little bit of character development and seeing the bravery of Xeno Sean as well as Goku and Vegeta transforming into Gogeta, which get totally outmatched in this film, Manny was able to attain a new level of power, was able to move on, and even have a couple of reformed demons in White Star Village. So will we see them in Seanstermations MIRAI? Maybe in the future. I mean, Manny's canon, so anything can happen, and he is in the same timeline as Seanstermations. So again, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But I wouldn't necessarily call I wouldn't like want to toot my own horn when I say the Xeno Sean movie was definitely better than the first two. The the only thing about the film is that although it did have traditional animation at first, I did have to use footage from Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 to put some emphasis in the fight scenes. I would have done animation, but it would have taken a little bit more time, and there was a lot of events going on. So I do apologize if the gameplay parts of the movie were somewhat lazy at some point, and I do apologize if it was. If it was, of course, which I'm pretty sure it is, but if it is, then please should have let me know. I humbly apologize, but you know, I think that's all I've got to say really. But you know, from what I did from the first two movies, I managed to make the perfect fusion of the two, combining slice of life without relying on too much action to tell a good story. Well, I would say good story, but it's definitely a lot better. But if anything, if it wasn't for the first two movies, then the Xeno Sean film wouldn't have been as magnificent as it was. Again, I don't want to toot my own horn when I say that, but you know, if the Seanstermations, if the Xeno Sean files was going to end, what a way to go out! And I think that's all I've got to say about that. Really, that's all I've got to say. And that's pretty much it. That's the end of the Looking Back series. What a saga it has been. You know, it seems like only yesterday when I first put up my pen and wrote down the first ideas of Sean's shorts on paper back in my school years. And then after a few developments here and there, and of course a few brand new story ideas and inspiration to give a little bit of a cherry on top, it became the Seanstermations series that we now see today, and hopefully will continue to improve with retcons and brand new tales for Seanstermations MIRAI. But to say that the writing and development of Seanstermations MIRAI was the main cause of how it is going to be grand, or it has been good so far with Seanstermations NEXT, to say that the writing and the development was the best part of the Seanstermations series, that would be a gross understatement. What made Seanstermations great was the community and the friends and family I had to inspire me along the way. And the place, the whole world was a great inspiration because because every day I get up in the morning and every time I meet new people and how wonderful each idea of every single individual has, it in turn gives me somewhat of an inspiration to be a better story writer, to be a better animator, and to be a better character designer. It wasn't an easy process to do on my own. It really wasn't an easy process, but it's because I had my friends and family by my side, from the family of my IRL peeps to the family of the Magpie family, as well as my buddies from old, my friends from today, and my friends who I still keep in contact even to this day. Without them, I would not have gotten Seanstermations as far as it did without them. For they are my true inspiration, my heart, my soul, my entire inspiration of life. And I like to thank everybody, you, the viewers, my friends, my family, my amigos. I like to thank you all so much for being there, for giving me such grand inspiration, and hopefully with that inspiration we can make Seanstermations MIRAI a better series than it already is. And I cannot be more thankful for everything, for every one of your support, your kind comments, as well as the likes and subscribes. It all makes the journey worth it. And I do hope that Seanstermations MIRAI will be a great series. There will be more updates later on in the future, especially with the one coming in November. But with each new update, I will be glad to fill you in on what to expect without giving too much spoilers, because I don't want to give any of the hype. But thank you. Thank you, everyone. You all, every one of you, you're so awesome. I love you all so much. And thank you for giving this silly old boy grand inspiration for a series that's about to continue in the later future. But with that, I think that is going to be the end of the final part of the Looking Back series. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and the updates to come, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. Thank you. From the bottom, from all sides of my heart, from up to down, thank you so much for watching this series with me, and thank you for looking back on what legacy Seanstermations had back in the day and what it will have now in the future. It's a wild ride, but it's about to be a more swift ride when we get into Seanstermations MIRAI again. Definitely update you when that time comes. But from everyone here at Seanster Super 5, as well as everyone from the Mass Legion and everyone in the Seanster Patrol, Magpie family, and Manny Posse, thank you all so much for watching the Looking Back series, and I'll see you all next time where we'll be talking about the world building. Again, thank you all so much for such great inspiration that you have given me, and I cannot wait to put all that inspiration into good use with Seanstermations MIRAI. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a safe week, and I'll see you all next time. I love you all with all my heart. Love you so much, everybody. Hope you all stay safe. Have fun. Bye-bye.